Our topic for today is Eucharistic fast. Eucharistic fast. So, for those who are participating for the first time, we have a presentation for 15-20 minutes, and then you have opportunity to ask questions and make your own contribution. And afterwards, share your name to others so that they too can benefit from this. Eucharistic fast is the duration one is supposed to abstain from food before receiving Holy Communion. The duration you have to abstain from food before receiving Holy Communion. That is Eucharistic fast. The Holy Eucharist is the true body and blood of Jesus Christ, together with his soul and divinity under the appearance of bread and wine. Since the Eucharist is the body and blood of Jesus Christ, and it is considered as a meal, it is not like any other meal. So, before you eat that meal, you must be prepared. Spiritually prepared. That is why it's encouraged that to go for confession. You must be in state of grace before you come forward for Holy Communion. Physically prepared. That is why it is required that you participate at the Mass, except when it is difficult for you to do so. Psychologically prepared. That is why you need to have that sense of reverence when you are coming to receive our Lord Jesus Christ. So in the same vein, we are required to observe some fast before receiving the Holy Eucharist. The idea of Eucharistic fast, of abstaining from food before receiving the Holy Eucharist, has been in the tradition of the Church. As early as the 3rd century AD, we have evidence of write-up by church fathers, by early Christians, on Eucharistic fast. And this is not surprising because even in the Jewish religion that laid the foundation for our Christian religion, the Paschal meal requires some form of fasting. It requires some form of preparation. It requires some form of consciousness, so that before taking that meal, because of its sacredness, one is required to keep away from other food so that you concentrate on this spiritual food. So, from the foundation and the beginning of the Christian Church, we have the Eucharistic fast in place. But at that time, it was very stringent, in the sense that Eucharistic fast required that you don't eat any food, nor drink any water, not even medicine, midnight before the following day when you are to receive communion. So it means that if Mass were to be by 6 a.m., you will not eat from 12 midnight to that 6 a.m. If Mass were to be by 12 noon, you will not eat from 12 midnight to if Mass were to be by 6 p.m. the following day, you will not eat from that 12 midnight to the following day. No food, no water, no medicine. It was so sweet at that time. And that made it very difficult for people to observe. And so it made it very difficult for some persons to receive Holy Communion. Because of this difficulty that it posed, especially to the sick, because of its restriction on medicine, in 1953, Pope Pius XII now legislated that medicine and water was not part of the fast. So Pius XII eliminated medicine and water as part of the Eucharistic fast. That would mean that you could take water and medicine even before just before you go for Mass. But the restriction on food from midnight was still there, as at the time he relaxed that law on medicine and water in 1953. After some years, Pope Pius XII went further to relax the law and reduced the hours before the reception of Holy Communion from that 12 midnight the day before to just 3 hours before receiving Holy Communion. With that, it was now easy for those who wanted to attend masses like in the evening to at least take something like 3 hours before receiving Holy Communion. Pope Paul VI in 1964 further reduced the burden by taking it from 3 hours to 1 hour before receiving Holy Communion. And then Pope Paul VI now added that priests who would want to celebrate more than one masses because could eat before they receive Holy Communion. For instance, if you have some priests who have to move from one place to another, some trekking from one place to another in order to celebrate masses as you have those days, it would have been a suicide mission for a priest to celebrate 6 a.m. Mass, and then you have to trek 2-3 hours to another community in order to celebrate another Mass, and trek another 2-3 hours in order to celebrate the 3rd Mass without eating any food. That would have been suicidal. So Paul VI now gave the bishops the faculty to give permission to priests or dispensation to priests who will be celebrating more than one masses to eat before the Mass, even if it's not up to that 1 hour. Going further, in 1973, the Holy See further reduced the burden on the aged, the sick, and those who are taking care of them, and reduced it to 15 minutes before they receive Holy Communion. That means that those who are sick and aged could eat 15 minutes before they receive Holy Communion. Now the current code that we are using promulgated in 1983 legislates in Canon 919 that anyone who wants to receive the Holy Eucharist must observe the Eucharistic fast 1 hour before receiving Holy Communion. 1 hour before receiving Holy Communion. Remember that water and medicine do not break the fast. And then the code, that's in code 919 paragraph 2, went further to say that priests who celebrated more than one masses should have the permission or are dispensed from the Eucharistic fast. A priest who celebrated like 2 masses, 3 masses would take food or drink before the second mass or before the third mass, even if it's not going to be up to 1 hour before the reception of Holy Communion. And then paragraph 3 of that same canon 919 says that for the aged, the sick, and those who take care of them, even if they have eaten, they can receive Holy Communion. It means that the Eucharistic fast is no longer binding on the aged and the sick. The aged and the sick. Especially when I mean the aged, especially the home bound. You know, when you take communion to the sick at home, some your Good Fridays, because they are expecting the priest, may not eat until like 11 or 12. If you have a parish that has up to 20 to 25 persons, even if it's 10 persons, and the priest will have to visit 10 persons, it will take some time before you get to those who are visiting last. So if you have to visit someone in the communion round, they will last like 12 noon. It means that that sick person or that aged person at home will not eat till you come. So the code recognized that, and that was why it says those who are sick and the aged, especially homebound, are not bound by the Eucharistic fast. They can eat just before receiving Holy Communion. Again, water and medicine do not break the fast. It is observed very well. The code in Canon 919, paragraph 1 says 1 hour before receiving Holy Communion. It didn't say 1 hour before the Holy Mass. It didn't say 1 hour before the Holy Mass. It says 1 hour before receiving the Holy Communion. That is the Eucharistic fast. So what is now the implication of that? Is it that you can eat 10 minutes before Mass, you can cook your rice and come to the church and eat the rice in your car and then drink water and quickly enter the Mass? Well, it says the code was not specific. I did not avoided that was specific on Holy Communion. Did not use that term, Holy Mass. The church, therefore, cannot oblige you to keep what was not legislated. That is to say that the focus is on Holy Communion, not the Holy Mass. Because in some places, you know that the Mass can last for 2 hours. When you begin the Mass, from the time you begin the Mass to the time you receive Holy Communion, some can be 1 hour, some can be 1 hour 30 minutes, some can be 2 hours. Unlike this place that is within 35 to 40 minutes. From the time you begin the Mass to the time you receive Holy Communion is about 40 to 45 minutes. So it means that if you are coming to this church, you should not eat at 30 minutes to the 9 o'clock that we begin Mass. You are not supposed to eat. But for parishes where you have 2 hours Thanksgiving before Mass, or there's harvest mountain, or the priest you have to preach for 1 hour, for those parishes, it means that one can eat just before the Holy Mass. This is just to say that the Eucharistic fast is focused on Holy Communion. Although the general discipline of the liturgy requires that you don't leave liturgical celebration to go and eat, so that you don't say, since it's 1 hour and I know that this Reverend Father will preach for 40 minutes and there's harvest luncheon after gospel, now go across to go and eat, and then you come back and join the mass again. That violates the discipline of during the liturgy. So Eucharistic fast is basically for now, it's basically 1 hour before receiving Holy Communion. And those who are sick, the aged, are exempted from that Eucharistic fast. Now, what is the essence of this Eucharistic fast? The essence of the Eucharistic fast is for us to have that consciousness, the consciousness that we are receiving the body and blood of Christ. The sanity of the system, so that you don't have meat on one side of your teeth and you have rice on the other side, then you now receive Holy Communion on top. That means that it extends beyond food. Apart from real food, anything that is not water and medicine cannot be taken. That means things like cola, things like chewing gum, things like ice cream, things like chocolate, popcorn. The reason I'm naming this is because of the children that we have now. There are some children who want to receive Holy Communion, and on your way to church, you give them biscuits, you give them ice cream, you give them popcorn, and some people remove their gum just before they come for Holy Communion. That violates the Eucharistic fast. Some persons have cola. Purely in the villages, you have cola in their mouth, they are saying cola just before they come for Holy Communion. That violates the Eucharistic fast. And mineral is not water. Tea is not water. Ice cream is not water. So you cannot say, since I can drink water, let me buy Fanta and drink. Water is water. It is pure and there is no other thing other than it. So the Eucharistic fast is for us to prepare ourselves and have that psychological, spiritual, and physical sanity before we receive the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. Eucharistic fast is a major requirement. That means that anyone who receives the Holy Communion without observing the Eucharistic fast has not made himself worthy, has not prepared himself, has not made that worthy preparation in order to receive the body and blood of Christ. Because the Catechism of the Catholic Church tells us that anyone who is to receive Holy Communion must make adequate preparation in order to make himself or herself worthy. That preparation is not just going for confession. That preparation also requires that you are attentive. It also requires that you observe the Eucharistic fast. It also requires that you participate in Mass. It also requires that you come forward reverently when you want to receive Holy Communion.